Welcome back to Mass Effect 2 here on Serious Gaming on Corliss to recruit Grunt, or well, Okir. The mission was to recruit Okir, but it's basically recruit Grunt. And I'm gonna go down there. Now, couple of notes here. I've given through any edits, any edits, I've given Shepard some machine gun, Garrus in Zaid pistol, and SMG as well. The reason I've done so isn't to use them. It's for purposes of having different SMGs and pistols show up in cinematics, because the game likes to use that, especially with this SMG on Shepard, pistols on certain squad mates, all that, and I just don't like the default ones. Squad mates won't be able to use them unless you remove other weapons or put these at the front. Squad mates won't use these because squad mates because you can only switch between two weapons with squad mates. And with Shepard, this is a bit of a problem. I had to remove the shotgun, which I wasn't really using. I had to remove the shotgun because you're only limited to 5 weapon types, so you can't have more than this. And suddenly this makes it so that Shepard has about as many weapon types as, say, an infiltrator if you unlocked assault rifles. At any rate, gonna go like this. Might switch to the Mantis, might not, I don't know. Mantis. Might switch to the M29 and Scissor. Don't really like the default. Fuck it, I'm gonna go with the Incisor, and damn it all. Might use the SMG if I run out of ammo, but that's really the only case where I'm gonna use it.
The dossier doesn't say if Okir is on this planet by choice. Assume hostiles.
There is only one measure of success. Kill or be killed.
Loudspeakers. Someone likes the sound of their voice.
Stay focused. We're looking for a Krogan Warlord. Switch up! Change weapons!
Heads up. Lookout post ahead. Then they know we're here.
Take cover!
Not that one! Perfect!
Shit! I won't stop bleeding. I'm gonna... Son of a bitch.
Doesn't look that bad, actually.
He doesn't need to know that.
I knew it wasn't berserkers. Not at range. You're mercs or Alliance. I'm not telling you anything.
I've got a nice application of Metagel ready to go. But if you'd rather I just keep walking.
Son of a bitch. I don't know anything. I just shoot the overflow from the labs. The old Krogan up there, he's really been cleaning house lately. Jador hired him to make her an army, but the Krogan he creates are insane. So we use them for live ammo training. It's all crap. I don't get paid enough to goddamn bleed out.
Outpost 4, Jador wants us to move. We need coordinates on that Krogan pack.
What's he talking about?
Jador runs a Blue Suns outlier, and she's making Krogan for an army. But they all come out crazy, tough as hell, but just insane.
Stupid. You could hire an army of mercs for cheaper than that.
I don't know. I just point and shoot and bank my credits. Maybe there's something better in the labs.
You heard the man on the radio? He needs direction.
I don't have the info they want. You showed up before I could get my normal sightings.
You have other problems.
Patrol, pack sighting east of Station 2. Yeah.
Copy. East of 2.
Son of a bitch. They'll run blind into Krogan.
Have you seen Okir? Does he know about all of this?
We can't go in the labs, but everyone sees what happens when the Krogan come out. I've shot hundreds. They're crazy, mindless. Anyone up there, they know what's going on.
What's Jador planning to do with all these Krogan?
Replace us, probably. I sure wouldn't want to see an army of them coming at me. Only she can't control them. They aren't supposed to be crazy, but they're Krogan. How smart are they to start?
Is Jador's lab heavily guarded?
There are big guns to keep ships away. We're not outfitted to fight goddamn commandos.
If you start limping now, you might find a shady spot before you bleed out.
Shit. Oh, shit. Oh.
He just about pissed himself.
Some people need a heavy hand. Come on, our warlord is somewhere in Jador's lab.
I had fun with that. Why do I have Zaid and Garrus? Because they have the best commentary. They're the most interesting squad mates to have around. The one-liners. He is dead. Oh crap.
Concentrate fire now!
What the fuck are you even shooting, Zaid? Ah, Jador is insane. You gotta love that bitch. That does it.
Can't last much longer!
We've got hostiles! Awful presence. Ship file.
Bonuses. Yeah.
You are different. 'Different. 'New. 'You don't smell like this world. 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 'You don't sm 7 night cycles, and I have felt only the need to kill. But you... something makes me speak.
Night cycles. 7 days.
They must breed them full size, ready to kill. Not much improvement over regular mercs if they need training.
Bred to kill. No. I kill because my blood and bone tell me to. But it's not why I was flushed from Glass Mother. Survival is what I hear in my head. Against the enemy that threatens all my kind. But I failed, even before waking. That is what the voice in the water said. That is why I wait here.
You're supposed to be part of a mercenary army. Do you remember Jador?
I know that name. It causes anger, but also laughter. It is not a name that will be sung when we march. I don't know what that means, but I have heard it many times.
How can you speak if you're only a week old?
There was a scratching sound in my head, and it became the voice. It taught things I would need. Walking, talking, hitting, shooting. Then the voice said I was not perfect, and the teaching stopped. And now I am here.
It was taught enough to be judged. We still don't know what the goal was, though.
I don't know, but I am not perfect.
Okir's voice? Did he speak to you while you were in your tank?
I heard the voice, not like now, with ears. Inside. I called it Father. It like that, but it was disappointed. I'm not what it needs me to be.
A lab with Krogans. Sounds like an attempt to cure the genophage.
Cure. Cure was never whispered. Survive, resist, ignore.
I destroyed Saren's cure. How does Okir expect these Krogan to ignore the genophage if not by curing it?
No idea. Doesn't look like he's had much success so far.
How did you disappoint the voice?
I don't know. It was decided before I left Tank Mother. I was not perfect.
He was grown in a tank. It's probably crazy, like that merc said.
I don't know of that, but I'm not perfect.
Can you show me the laboratory? I need to speak with Okir.
The Glass Mother. She is up, past the broken parts, behind many of you fleshy things. I will show you.
Yeah, Krogans are strong. We get it.
You fleshy things are slow when big things are in your way.
Can you show us the way? Help us fight to the lab?
No.
A Krogan refusing to fight?
I will fight if they come, but I feel it deep that I must wait. I kill, but only here. I am not perfect, but I have purpose. I must wait until called, released.
A bit of a bug with the guns.
Stay sharp.
Oh, you don't say. This is part that sucks here.
They're loose! Run for your damn life! They're all free!
Well, that worked. Kill those two fools. They can kill. No. Are you? What do you mean you can shove him on his back? Krogans are tough, but not that tough.
I'm on it. I'm with you. I'm on it. Let's stay there.
Ah, fuck it, let's have some fun, right? I won't give a fuck about ammo.
This should slow him down.
Why? Why in the fuck does this happen? Damn it. Ah, shit.
They're loose! Run for your damn life!
And that's the problem right there. You can die or get stuck in terrain or whatever.
They're loose! Run for your damn life! They're all free!
I'll just use up all the ammo here. Which will happen very quickly. SMGs are not designed to take down Krogan. Or armored opponents. It's because of the caliber of the weapons.
Get ready for close combat. They're moving in close.
Ready to die?
Affirmative. Switch up. Shields down.
You're free!
Concussive shot ready.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Ah, I see why you couldn't save.
Concussive shot ready. I'm on it.
Time to die.
They really didn't think things through with the incisor. Why the fuck do they keep coming? The problem, you just don't get enough ammo back when you pick up a thermal clip with this gun. That's where the ammo problem comes from. I mean, in terms of damage, rate of fire, all accuracy and all that, the gun's perfectly fine. That the only problem is you just don't have enough ammo for it. I've come too far to waste it all just because Shepard gets stuck in terrain. Here we go. Yeah, picked up a lot of thermal clips and how much use with them.
Krogan took down the grid. We're blind and getting hit on all sides. Where are the heavies?
Seems you have a problem on your hands, mate. Or several.
Krogan on our 6. Copy, goddammit. Where's Jador and her personal guard?
I'll take it.
$12 o'clock.
Fire in the hole!
Who's next?
The blue sun's heavy. Well, only one solution.
I'll light him up.
Got it.
Protocol 5, friendly casualties.
Concentrate on the Krogan. Jad, it was a genius who gave them arms.
Your boss.
Taking cover!
Kill the trespassers. I'll deal with the trailers over here.
Just through my...
Good shot.
Cover the wounded.
Huh. Cover the wounded. Whoa, 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 whoa. That hurt.
Cover now.
Suppacting enemy!
Ammo pro target their gunner.
Heavy munitions!
Anyone else want some?
People say they're color-coded mercs, but they have different tactics and different units. Like for instance, Blue Suns are all about heavier infantry. Eclipse is about mechs and biotics. And Blood Pact is about Vorcha and Krogan.
Berserkers are going down, but the outlet still incoming.
Who's next?
Turians. This gun killed 2 presents. It was able to penetrate through kinetic shielding. Kill the president of the UNAS, Union of North American States, and the president of the Chinese People's Federation. So I guess China is still communist? It's actually not something that the game touches upon because Drew K didn't touch upon that. Like, they didn't get involved in discussion about Earth politics at the... You know, it's interesting actually because one of the writers who argued with Drew K about Earth, you know, Drew K thought that Earth would become more united, that there would be less nations, whereas the other guy said that there would be more nations. I'm gonna lean more in the direction that nations are largely irrelevant on Earth in the future. The alliance just doesn't make fucking sense, by the way. I mean, supposedly you have this supranational government like you do with the Alliance, but at the same time, individual members still have their own policies and all that. And they set the budget of the Alliance. So what? It's like NATO or what? Because NATO does have its own budget, you know, besides individual members, there's a NATO budget, there's military units with the NATO flag, but there's not that many. The bulk of NATO military units are controlled by individual nations. Yet you don't have that with Earth. Like the bulk of the military on Earth is the Alliance. On top of that, the size of the military also doesn't make sense. Like 5 dreadnoughts to about 30 for the Turians on a galactic scale. Really? I mean, seriously? If you combined all the militaries in the world, a single world I might add, today, put them all together in terms of ships, let alone planes. Yeah, planes? Tens of thousands of planes. Thousands of them modern planes, right? Perhaps up to 10,000 or so. Ships? Thousands of ships. It doesn't make one bit of sense.
Concentrate fire on my position. Concentrate on.
And you know, I remind people how many fucking battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and frigates were used by various militaries in World War I and II. Yeah, that doesn't quite make sense. What Star Citizen is doing, that makes a hell lot more sense. I was actually reading a blog post, or a dev blog post on their site, and it was something written in a very similar fashion to a political opinion piece. I mean, it was really, really well done. It was talking about military spending. I know I'm going off topic, but it was a discussion about a recent devastating raid by the Vandal, one of the main antagonist races in the universe, assaulting an important human colony and killing millions of people. And that post was saying basically on something along the lines that the Empire in the Star Citizen universe let that happen so that they would get increased military spending, which was being threatened to be reduced. And on top of that, beyond having an increased military spending on itself, that the Empire would switch to a wartime budget so that the military would be on a separate budget in wartime. And that Admiral Bishop, played by Gary Oldman, in Squadron 42, had let that happen, had let the casualties get as high as they did because to increase that budget. That's actually quite interesting, and you know, as someone who reads a lot of the media on a daily basis, political media, shows the competence of the people that are writing Star Citizen. At least that blog post. I'm not particularly impressed by Bishop's speech, by the way. I mean, yeah, graphics, awesome. Performance, superb, but the actual words? No. Because it struck me as a very simplistic speech. But then again, has anyone watched the... But then again, if you watch the speeches made in Congress, because they are transmitted live and they're recorded and archived and all that stuff, they're just as much, they contain just as much bullshit as that. Actually, more so than that. No, that wasn't pretty at all, Zaid. But anyway, in comparison to Star Citizen, Mass Effect is rather pathetic. That said, the legacy of Mass Effect shouldn't be ignored. That did, I think, play a role in the popularity of Star Citizen. I mean, how many other sci-fi games can you think about, really? Big ones, that is. AAA games. And games that are realistic or have a measure of authenticity to them. The answer is not that many, really. And not many that don't go into pseudo-fantastical bullshit. Eve does that. Seriously, Eve does fucking do that. In the sense that in Eve, for instance, you've got cloning. No! Ah, I hate the stun lock from the fucking heavies. And now I have to do that all over again.
There are 3 of them. They can be killed if you do your damn job.
Damn it! Some of you are the figures out here. This should slow him down.
We're commandos, though.
Affirmative. Change weapon.
Medical!
Fire in the hole.
No, I'm glad that in Mass Effect 3 they introduced the weight system, because it just didn't work out the way they did it in Mass Effect 2, where you could use whatever gun you wanted except the SMG as a soldier. It just wouldn't work out really well. Why? Because, well, for instance, actually the soldier isn't really well designed, I think. I mean, sure, adrenaline rush is all well and good. The problem is that the soldier is like, you're supposed to be the jack of all trades, I guess. But problem is that you don't have the skills to do that. Besides playing range, which is what I'm doing, you can't get really up close and personal as a soldier because you can't, you won't survive. As opposed to, say, a Vanguard, which can get very close and personal because the Vanguard, you know, because of the charge ability. I played the Vanguard actually on one of my shepherds. My female shepherd was a Vanguard. Quite enjoyed that. Why do I play a soldier as my primary shepherd? Simple answer: I hate the default SMG. The shuriken can suck my dick. It's useless. And sure, you might say, oh, just use shotguns. Not all situations work like that. Well, that's that.
Shepard, don't shoot. You know me. I shut down the security cams as soon as I saw it was you. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad it's you shooting up the place. Sorry, Rana and Okir. You let me go when you destroyed Saren's lab on Vermeer. Had to outrun a nuke in a utility pod, but it's still a second chance.
No one in Saren's lab was worth saving. Bringing that up won't help you here.
Yeah, I'm not proud of what went on there, but I'm using what we learned for the greater good. Not for the mercs. Jador's on a standard power trip. But Okir is trying to do something good, even if his methods are a little extreme. Everyone deserves a second chance, right? And sometimes giving one pays off. I take care of my debts.
What's Okir trying to do here?
It's complicated. Jador wants a private army, but Okir mostly ignores her. He's running the project for his own reasons. I created a mental imprint routine to educate his tank bred. Most don't get through it. He dumps them for some reason. He wants to help his people, but he's not looking for a genophage cure, and he's not going for numbers. That's all I know.
Time to run again, Rana. You never know what I might blow up next.
Suppose I can't expect a warm goodbye after the last mess. Don't worry. I'm staying the hell away from whatever you do and wherever you go. Thanks anyway, Shepard.
I'm all for second chances. Not so sure on third ones.
All clear here.
A few problems. Few problems with that gun in particular. With Garrus, it's not showing up because Garrus doesn't have ammo.
You got it.
Here you are. I've watched your progress.
We can use this.
Yeah, we can use that absolutely for the 1 or 2 missions that I'll use Grunt in the entire fucking game.
It's about time. The batteries on these tanks will not wait while you play with these idiotic mercs.
Not the smartest way to greet the heavily armed group that just kicked in your door.
I'm sure whoever sent you doesn't want me dead. No one looks for me without a motive. Certainly not the deceased Shepard. Surprised. Old Krogan should know you. I'm sure Rana has already revisited your actions on Vermeer.
I'm sure you're eager to retell the story.
Such a tale. Saren, the Spectre traitor, threatens the return of the Krogan horde by curing the genophage, undoing the gentle genocide of the Turians and Solarians. But before Saren can deliver his endless troops, in rides Shepard, securing victory through nuclear fire. I like that part. It has weight.
You know what? Say what you will about Grunt, but this guy would have been far more interesting as a squad mate.
I make no apologies. It was the most efficient solution.
But I approve. Saren's pale horde were not true Krogan. Numbers alone are nothing. The mistake of an outsider, one that these mercenaries have also made. I gave their leader my rejects for her army, but she grows impatient. It's time for you to take me out of here.
We're here about collectors, not your problems.
I see. Yes, collector attacks have increased. A human concern. My requests were focused elsewhere. I acquired the knowledge to create one pure soldier. With that, I will inflict upon the genophage the greatest insult an enemy can suffer. To be ignored.
Your search for the perfect soldier created a lot of failures. You don't care about them?
I failed no one. My rejects are exactly what Jador asked for. She simply lacks the ability to command. They are strong, healthy, and useless to me. I need perfection. If a few thousand are rejected, so be it. My work will purify the Krogan. We will not be restored. We will be renewed.
You're just as cruel and manipulative as those who released the genophage on your people.
Perhaps. But I will restore the Krogan, and my soldier will not provoke a nuclear response as a cure or horde would. My legacy is perfection, with each pure Krogan reaching higher by standing on our dead. They will exceed, but not forget.
I thought the Krogan ideal was a return to the numbers that threatened the galaxy.
We will not need numbers. My soldier is a template. It is a greater threat than all the Phantom siblings that would have been at its flank. The galaxy still bears the scars of the Horde, but it will learn to fear the Lance.
What did you get from the Collectors? I need whatever you know about them.
They are strange, so isolated, yet very available when your sacrifice is big enough. I gave them mini Krogan. I may have information for you, but the tech was consumed in my prototype, after I determined how to use it without killing the subjects. The deaths were unfortunate, but I only need one success to start the process.
So you don't want to cure the genophage?
Contrary to what survivors claim, the genophage does not produce strong Krogan. The only quality it filters is the ability to survive the genophage. For every 1,000 stillborn, too many weaklings live. Every survivor is branded as precious. That's produced more cuddling than your collective human teats. I say, let us carry the genophage. Let 1,000 die in a clutch. We will defeat it by climbing atop our dead. That is the Krogan way.
Your methods are extreme, but you know how to deconstruct a threat. Will you help us?
Perhaps I can strike a deal to secure passage, but my prototype is not negotiable. It is the key to my legacy.
Attention, I have traced the Krogan release. Okir, of course. I'm calling blank slate on this project. Gas these commandos and start over from Okir's data. Flush the tanks.
She's that weak-willed. She'll kill my legacy with a damn valve. Shepard, you want information on the Collectors? Stop her. She'll try to access contaminants in the storage bay.
Sorry, Doctor. It appears your position has just weakened.
I understand, but you'll have nothing if she poisons us all. Jador will be with the rejected tanks. Kill her. I will stay and do what must be done.
All right then.
This is my world. I'll poison them all.
Your world.
I'll kill you all myself.
This is not your world. It seems she is capable of command when she's not being interrupted by a fucking training. You're just born. Between the Ymir mech and the mercenary, that's a bit of a problem.
Hold on, I'll create more. Work up. I will rebuild.
Get in close! Then stay down.
You don't actually. Oh, but very much so, you damn crazy bitch.
Firing a high-impact shot.
You won't win! You can't!
I can, and I have.
What's that Krogan doing up there?
Shepard, the lab alarms coincided with the system's failure. The remaining lab systems are unprotected, and I have gained limited access. According to lab scanners, the room is flooded with toxins and Okir's personal life signs are failing rapidly. I recommend haste.
Contamination detected. Emergency vent in progress. Contamination detected. Emergency vent in progress.
Shepard, if I knew why the Collectors wanted humans, I would tell you. But everything is in my prototype. My legacy is pure. This one soldier. This Grunt. Perfect.
Why would someone so fanatical sacrifice himself for one Krogan?
A bullet in the brain would save us a lot of headaches.
Do we need the trouble of a pure Krogan? The normal ones are hardly team players.
We won't know until he's out, which is too late if there is a problem.
Normandy, Okir is a no-go, but we have a package that needs retrieval. And he's a big one.
Bringing the Krogan for study makes sense, but I have concerns about waking it.
Yeah, you've said that a few times now.
A normal Krogan is dangerous. This one was created and likely educated by a madman.
I see everyone's enjoying the new paperweight. Concerns?
We don't know anything about it, Commander.
Edie, how quickly can the cargo hold be vented to space if there's an issue?
28 seconds, Shepard.
And if anyone else is in the hold at the time?
Edie, how many other crew are on board the Normandy?
24 permanent crew, Shepard.
It's your decision, Commander. Just be careful.
Noted. The cargo hold is safe enough while I decide what to do with them.
Miranda, Jacob.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Not at the moment. Think I've unlocked collector interest in humans. Wait, no. Only one heart. Krogan have two. Scratch that. Anything else?
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
How does that work? What the fuck do I know? Well, let's...
help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these. Commander.
Bye-bye. All your heavy weapons. It's a shame the various guns you get aren't on display here, because that would be great. Although the only heavy weapons that you have here are the ones that you can build, not the ones you get as DLC.
Is it true we have a pod containing a baby Krogan down in the cargo hold?
Not a baby. He's a full-grown super soldier, ready for combat.
Please be careful if you decide to birth him. His personality is completely unknown. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked. But mostly I feel encouraged.
That'll be all.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. Let me go talk with Zaid. Because why the fuck not?
Shepard, I was just waxing goddamn nostalgic. I was shadowing this rookie on an infiltration run to an Eclipse base on Tatus. Good kid, but he had no business handling a rifle. In the shuttle on the way down, he puked in his helmet. We hit some turbulence, and with all the crap sloshing around, he thought he'd been shot in the head. Went back to the Alliance. Here he's a governor now. One time we were trying to clear out this gun nest outside a base on Vatar. Nothing we did even made a dent in that thing. Someone had the bright idea to kidnap a local girl, strap grenades on her, and make her go seduce the guy in the bunker. Terrible thing, I tell you. Well, she went up there, knocked on the door, and nothing. Grenades never went off. But the guy stopped shooting, and we snuck by. Never found out what happened.
Interesting.
I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
Now that's a story.
The subject is stable, Shepard. Integration with onboard systems was seamless.
Can he see anything in there? Does he know where he is?
Unlikely. Current neural patterns indicate minimal cognition. Barring ship-wide power loss, the nutrients in the tank could sustain him for over a year.
Any idea how dangerous this guy is?
He is a Krogan, Shepard. If you were asking whether he is actively hostile, I don't have the necessary data to answer. Okir's technology could impart data, not methods of thinking. The subject may know of his views, but would not necessarily share them.
Why does he already have armor in the tank? That doesn't quite make sense.
What can you tell me about this guy? Anything unusual?
The subject is an exceptional example of the Krogan species, with fully formed primary, secondary, and tertiary organs where applicable. No defects of any kind, aside from the genetic markers of the genophage present in all Krogan. I cannot judge mental functioning.
Stand by. I'm gonna open the tank and let him out.
Cerberus protocol is very clear regarding untested alien technology.
I won't be second-guessed on my own ship by my own ship. Do it.
Very well, Shepard. The controls are online. The switch and consequences are yours.
Human. Male. Before you die, I need a name.
I'm Commander Shepard, and I don't take threats lightly. I suggest you relax.
Not your name. Mine. I'm trained. I know things. But the tank, Okir couldn't implant connection. His words are hollow. Warlord, Legacy, Grunt. Grunt was among the last. It has no meaning. It'll do. I am Grunt. If you are worthy of your command, prove your strength and try to destroy me.
Why do you want me to try to kill you?
Want? I do what I'm meant to. Fight and reveal the strongest. Nothing in the tank ever asked what I want. I feel nothing for Okir's clan or his enemies. That imprint failed. He has failed. Without a reason that's mine, one fight is as good as any other. Might as well start with you.
Is it that easy for Okir's perfect Krogan to abandon his mission?
Okir is just a voice in the tank. If his imprints are true, then he created something stronger than him. So he's not worthy of me. And if his hatreds aren't strong enough to compel me, they've failed too. I feel nothing. I have no connection.
I took you and I released you. Follow my command and you'll have purpose.
Nothing in the tank imprints indicated humans could be so forceful. You command as though you've earned it.
My enemies threaten galaxies. Everyone on my ship has earned their place.
That's acceptable. I'll fight for you.
I'm glad you saw reason.
Huh? Offer one hand, but arm the other. Wise shepherd. If I find a clan, if I find what I want, I will be honored to eventually pit them against you.
Huh.
Shepherd.
Anything in your tank imprints that can make use of the resources we found?
Might have something I could put together. Don't know how useful it will be.
It won't be that useful. Mark my words. You might think, oh, it's Claymore. That's great, right? Nope.
Shepherd.
Anything in your tank imprints?
Nothing else I can think of. I'm no tech. Enjoy what you got.
What are your thoughts about our mission?
I fight. Doesn't matter who for.
Did Okir give you any imprints about the collectors?
I see blurry ships, guesswork about strength. Nothing to help pick a weak spot and tear. Okir spent all his time on old hatreds. Whatever he had, it was used up when he made me.
What are your thoughts about our mission?
I fight. Doesn't matter who for.
What do you think about the crew?
Good bunch if they stay out of my way. Dead bunch if they don't. Train them good if you want to take on collectors. Some of these aliens are too smooth.
Just checking in, making sure you're acclimatizing.
Humans talk too much. Like the tank. Come back later.
That's all for now.
Shepherd.
There's gotta be a better way to have relations with companions than just having to check on them constantly. That's the problem. That's kind of the thing with BioWare. It's just annoying having to stop by, chat them up in a ship. It's not that I dislike the conversations I might have. In fact, some of the best fucking conversations in gaming that I've had have been here, but still.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Fine, be a bitch.
Commander, those provisions you provided were perfect. I owe you. I've already thrown together some of my calamari gumbo. Here, try a bite. Truth told, it's based on an Asari recipe. Seems a little cannibalistic to me with their tentacle heads and all, but they ain't no good grub. Anyway, thanks again. You really came through.
My pleasure. Whatever happened to him? You know what? He could be in Mass Effect Andromeda. He should be in Mass Effect Andromeda.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private
Just
terminal.
saying. I'm just saying.
What's this area of the ship?
I think I'm gonna talk with Joker. Seems a lot of wasted space, to be honest with you. Not sure if I'd design a ship like this.
3 months. I can't wait. We're flying into the eye of the storm, and you're thinking about some Asari? You collect stray cats as a kid? Because we really needed a Mega Krogan, so thanks for dragging him home.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
I assume everything is going well up here?
This thing wants to fire me over a joke. Okay, I said I'd flash the AI core, but I was kidding. And we'd only lose a few systems. Nosy ones.
To clarify, human resources adjustments are not actually under my authority.
Then why? Why are you always picking on me?
My replies were intended to provoke, though not to cause distress. Your reactions are atypical of most humans. You are interesting.
Edie, were you intentionally egging him on? What part of your programming covers that?
Nothing in the restrictions imposed upon me forbids active observation techniques. Mr. Moreau's performance actually improved under duress.
I never figured the coming overlords would be so annoying. I'm done.
I assume everything is going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
That's interesting. That's actually pretty damn interesting. Okay, we're gonna go and do that again. Then I'm gonna laugh in Joker's face again.
An appointment with Shaira in 3 months. I can't wait.
We're flying into the eye of the storm, and you're thinking about some assault.
You collect stray cats as a kid? Because we really needed a Mega Krogan, so thanks for dragging him home.
I assume everything is going
This
well.
thing wants to fire me
To
over.
clarify,
Then why?
my
Why are
replies were intended to provoke, though not to cause distress. Your reactions are atypical of most humans. You are interesting.
She pushed your buttons to get a rise out of you. About time you were on the receiving end.
Yeah, great. I just got worked by the intercom.
It was not my intent to breed hostility, Mr. Moreau, but you did instigate our interaction.
Okay, but think of it this way. Shut up.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
I'm just laughing my ass off. You know what this doesn't tell you, I might add, is that you do more damage while you've got the adrenaline rush on. Yes, seriously, it happens. I need to check something out actually before I do anything on that level, because due to the fact that the damage, weapon damage is hidden, it's not mentioned, but it's there, I need to check which one of those upgrades increases my weapon damage more, if any of them actually do. So anyway, Costin here on Serious Gaming, signing out.